Horse racing fan or not, Newmarket's association with the sport is world renowned. With 2 famous racetracks, thousands of acres of pristine training grounds and more than 3,000 racehorses, Newmarket stands head and shoulders above its rivals. It is, let's not forget, the home of racing. From the UK and Ireland's biggest horse racing auctioneer in Tattersalls to the National Horse Racing Museum, home to some of the sport's most famous equine faces, it seems everywhere you look you're reminded of the traditions and history upon which the town, as we know it today, is built. But it's far from an exclusive club. Among the 70+ licensed trainers in town are some of the UK's smallest yards, one of which belongs to Louise Allan, the former amateur jockey turned dual licensed trainer who rarely has more than 10 horses in her care at one time. Her yard is a far cry from the facilities boasted by racing's elite. In fact, it's widely regarded as the smallest stable in Newmarket. With just a few horse boxes tucked away out of sight in the centre of town, some wouldn't even look twice as they passed. But, as is the case with any of the big names, life for Louise and the team at Marlborough House begins at the crack of dawn.
I normally come in, feed, check the general health of the horses, that they've been comfortable night, that nothing's gone wrong, because horses can always get into difficulty in the night. And then we normally go out in 2s all morning, the usual routine feed, everything gets ridden, everything gets mucked out, and then we groom a few some mornings to relieve the staff in the evenings, and then put them straight again this morning, check waters, feed lunches, and that's where we are just now.
Work on the gallops is fairly similar for all trainers, regardless of how many horses you have, but it's the work back home that can differ significantly. Louise has a small handful of work riders and volunteers who help with the horses every day, but when it comes to the admin and everything else behind the scenes, she's often on her own.
So people forget, we do all the washing and ironing and the colours and the tack for tomorrow, and go to horse requisites, buy the bits and pieces we need, and then the phone's ringing all the time, answer the emails, do your VHA rules and regs and get everything sorted out for them. It's endless.
Racing is Louise's passion and has been since she was 14, riding out for classic winning trainer Pam Sly before becoming an amateur jockey. She was even the work rider for 1,000 guineas winner Speciosa for the duration of the filly's career. She's yet to see that star quality pass through her ranks as a trainer. And while there are joys and even benefits that come from heading such a small operation, she believes more support is needed for stables like hers.
People see you as a small trainer and not getting lots of winners. What they've got to realise is neither do you have multi-thousand-pound horses. TLC in a small yard might turn him round, and we've actually proved that with a couple of horses here that have been in a big yard. And like I said before to you, one was 100-1 the first day he ran for me, and he was beaten 2 lengths, and he had been in a big yard. And it gives me a thrill to do that and come home and say, well done you. Now, one horse could put my name on the map. I just need support. Yeah, and so do lots of small trainers. We all work very hard. A little 2-year-old, she is so small but perfectly put together. And I think she ran really nicely at Catterick. She was 7th of 17. And we're expecting her to run really well next time. She's very, very sweet, but as you can see, she's very small. Aren't you? Good girl.
In 2021, up until the 18th of September, Louise's yard had recorded 26 runs, yielding just a single victory. For reference, Newmarket powerhouse Charlie Appleby, one of Godolphin's leading trainers, secured 85 winners from 289 runs in the same period. But having so few winners makes victory even sweeter, as was the case when the stable's Realms of Fire got his head in front at Southall in May.
1,000 people on Facebook going, well done, well done, well done, everybody ringing you. We actually couldn't answer everybody's messages because everybody was saying well done, and that's just, it's a major thing for us just to have a winner. And even if they run in the first 3, we're happy. I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's Chelmsford, Market Race, and a small race anywhere, even if it's a seller. It's actually not just the team, it's the surrounding neighbours, everybody. You go down the street tomorrow morning, they'll all say well done, we'll all have a hangover. And you have to celebrate those ones.
It's nice to know all of the horses, and it's nice to know what you're riding and kind of their history, or like Louise tells me kind of where they're heading, what the goals is with them and where they've been, and it's quite nice to see their progress as well, because you see each horse most days, so you can see them improving, and yeah, it's really nice. I think for me it was quite surreal coming into it to start with, being from a horsey background but not a racing background. It was quite interesting suddenly that the horses are in control of the road and things like that, and even from being a horsey background, seeing so many horses out on the gallop to start with was quite amazing.
Newmarket is nothing if not unique. The world-class facilities on offer give trainers all the practical tools they need, but life is certainly no walk in the park for people like Louise. It's her unwavering passion and dedication to the job that keeps the stable going and gives her hope that bigger and better things are yet to come.
No doubt I could give this up tomorrow and go and work for Godolphin, be a work rider and be finished by 9:30, 10 o'clock every day. But you know, I love leaving here in the evenings. They're all tucked up, they're all fed. There's just something, my passion is seeing how they are, and there's just something nice in my own going away and leaving it how it is, and I won't leave anything half done, it has to be done. And it's just, I love the whole lifestyle. To keep them in one piece and to keep them happy and looking fantastic is sort of my goal, and then if they look well, they'll hopefully go out and perform as well as they look because they want to do it for you. So you know, if you give them the best, they'll hopefully give you something back in return, and I'm just hoping one day that sort of one of these ones will be a superstar and life will change.